You're welcome back to Good Morning Anambra this beautiful Friday morning. Recall that the registration for voter card should have ended this 30th of June 2022, but from pleas from the House of Reps and the members of the public, the INEC have agreed to extend the registration process. But today we are going to be talking on the topic voter registration, making use of INEC's new extension. That's the topic we are going to be exploring this morning. And we have with us in the studio Professor Dennis Aribodo. He's a civil society activist. You're welcome to the program, Prof.
Thank you. Anambra. Good morning, Nigerians.
All right, we also have with us this morning Chief Anthony Chibo. He's a community leader and a social affairs analyst. Good morning.
Good morning. Anambra.
All right, before we start our discussion this morning, I want to have the interview granted by Barrister Festus Okoye, the INEC's chairman, voter education and publicity on the voters registration extension. Let's hear what he has to say.
We are going to extend this voters registration process to make sure that every person who has an opportunity of registering gets to register. So you don't need to. No, you need to listen. This voters registration started 11 months ago. 11 months. We started this voters registration on the 28th day of June 2021. That was when we started the online. Then in July, we started the physical registration. Sometimes we register a single individual here, one. But you know, you can't legislate on everything. You can't even legislate on the attitudes of people. We have this 11th hour syndrome. But I'm not relying on that. The point I'm making is that we had announced that this registration is going to close on the 30th. I'm assuring you that it's not going to close on the 30th. We are going to continue until we are sure that we have registered every person who shows up. So if you show up, we are going to register you. But let me say this. If you have ever registered before, and you register again, you are engaged in exercise in futility. Whatever you are doing is nonsense. Because when we carry these machines to our head office, we will see that you have registered before and we'll cancel your registration. If you have lost your PVC, please, when you get inside, tell them that you have lost your PVC, and then we will schedule you for a new PVC. Don't register again. If your PVC is defaced, we schedule you for a new one. Don't register again. Okay. If you want to do transfer, tell them that it's transfer you have come for. We will schedule you, transfer you to a new polling unit, to a new registration area, and then we give you a new PVC. If you register again, we will leave that old one and cancel the present one. Please. And for those of you, don't go there and think that because you answered Joseph previously, you want to answer Philip now, that we will see it. The moment you register again, when we do what we call deduplication, your face will appear twice, and we will cancel the fresh one. Please, let us be honest and let us be ugly. I commend your patience, and I assure you that every person who wants to register will get an opportunity of registering. Whether you register today or whether you register tomorrow, we are going to make sure that we at least extend the registration period by at least the next 30 days to make sure that as many people as possible get to register. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
So thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome back to the show. We've heard what the Barrister Festus said about the process being extended. And from what we heard, the House of Rep, they were actually asking for 60 days. And now, from Barrister Festus, it's saying 30 days. And coming to you now, Prof, 30 days, 60 days, 100 days, or even forever, is it enough for people to actually, people that actually want to register and get their PVC for the election that is coming up in the year 2023?
Yes, I think the best way to start is to commend INEC for accepting an extension, whether it is 30 days, 60 days or more. And the extension has been established, it has been extended. They may not want to throw it too open for strategic reasons because of what he mentioned here, Nigerian late syndrome, whereby people will always for the last day.
Yeah, because he said the exercise started 11 months ago.
So if the extension on the interim at the first instance is 30 days, well and fine. Anybody who wants to register should avail himself of the opportunity of the extension. It is most likely that it may still be extended again, but it depends on what they see in the field. So I don't think we should worry ourselves with a number of days for now, because 30 days is also a long time, even though the House of Reps requested for 60 days. So I don't think that will be a problem. The important thing there is that any Nigerian who has attained the age of 18 years should avail himself of this new opportunity of extension. And INEC himself should do what? Up their game by ensuring that their machines are working and the personnel are around and the service is being delivered.
All right, let's come to you, Chief Anthony. Now, this whole process of registration, whether I started 11 months back or whether we are talking about the extension today, how would you actually rate this whole process? Because I know you've seen a lot of people talking about going there, not being registered. I even heard someone yesterday when we were doing press review said that in Adamawa State, that they woke up as early as 4 a.m. in the morning just to go and collect numbers. And at the end of the day, after collecting them, because they work with the numbers, so when they come, when the staff of the INEC will come to work, they will start from the very first person that arrived at the place. And he said something that even with you waking up so early, you might not be opportune to be captured that day. So how would you describe this whole process?
Well, first and foremost, I want to commend members of the National Assembly and SERAP, especially SERAP. It was SERAP that went to court to twist INEC to think about extension. Now, before now, Nigerians did not have confidence that their votes will count. But with the 2022 Electoral Act as amended, in some other confidence-building activities of INEC, people have regained confidence that, yes, most likely their votes will count. And they are determined now to go and register. But if you look at the statistics across the nation, voter turnout has hovered around 30-35% across the nation since 1999. Because of low voter turnout, INEC limited their capacity to register maybe along the lines of the estimated turnout. But now that everybody wants to get registered, we want to use our votes to change the system, we want to use our votes to stop vote buyers because they cannot buy all of us. INEC does not have the equipment to match the number of people that are coming. So they need to up their game. They need to be able to make it possible. It's like you go to Nigerian passport office, they will tell you they don't have booklet. So the same thing is happening in INEC. INEC is not just extending the time. They need to provide the infrastructure. They need to provide the equipment so that people are not frustrated when they go to register.
All right, still on that, I know that the House of Rep actually mandated INEC to up their game and also to make sure that they have the necessary machine for them to capture all those people, because it's not just about extending the date and asking people, because from what we heard from Barrister Festus, he was saying that everyone that wants to be captured that want to register will be registered. But how are we sure that it's going to happen? When you come at a particular center, you are seeing just one machine to about 200 people standing on the line.
Yeah, that is the problem that is real now. Just like my brother here said. I don't know what INEC's capacity is, because the truth is that they need to re-strategize and look at those centers that have more people trooping out and deploy more machines there, because it could be frustrating. Some people have gone there up to 2-3 times without being captured. It is very frustrating, and it's a way of discouraging future voters. So they should sit down, study each state, and look at the peculiarities and know where to deploy what they have. And if they need to acquire more, and it's within the country, they should acquire more. They should acquire more and ensure that, because the enthusiasm among Nigerians is much now. My brother said because of the confidence INEC is building. But beyond confidence, what is happening in this country, everybody now wants to say, I must participate. I must take my destiny into my hands. That is what we are seeing. It is more of a protest to the status quo, that they're not getting what they're supposed to be getting. And the parties have finished their primaries, and some of them are not feeling that they are satisfied. So, and the youth who used not to care are now caring and showing interest. So the best INEC would do now is to, if there are still machines that are functional they should deploy all of them. And they strategically ensure that places that have high turnout of proposed voters, that person that want to register, have more machines there. And it is not a rocket science. This thing can be handled. Unless they don't have the infrastructure to handle that, it can be handled. Even if it means engaging ad hoc personnel. Because Nigerians youths are very savvy with ICT. They should do that and ensure that
you know, somebody actually suggested that yesterday when we were having discussion over this extension and talking about employing other ad hoc staff now, that they can even make use of students that are home now and all that. But you know, they've submitted a budget and they are working on what they have. So how are they going to get the extra cash that they are going to use to pay the ad hoc staff that they are going to make use of right now? Because we're talking about registration, and we know that they are still going to make use of ad hoc staff when the election proper comes in.
INEC has partners. INEC can rely on partner support to achieve this emergency they have now. Apart from the statutory budget of federal government, they have national and international organizations, including governments and civil society organizations, that they could leverage on their goodwill and ensure that these things are done. And I think they should explore that opportunity. Because if they want to go through the budget process now, it may not be very easy for them. But they could explore the opportunity of partners. There are civil society groups that are ready to support them. Even in Oka here, Anambra University provided the environment. And even went beyond that to do 1 or 2 support. So they should look for such organizations and credible individuals that would support them and see that these things are done. I think it's possible.
Well, it is possible. I wish we have someone from INEC listening to us here in the studio this morning, listening to this suggestion. But I know they are watching and they might actually make use of this suggestion. But then again, there is something someone raised concerning this registration, the heavy turnout of people right now. We have the need in this country. I know everybody now, almost everyone in Nigeria that wants to get registered for the PVC have a NIN number, that is National Identification Number. Most of us operate bank accounts and we still have BVN. Now some people are saying, if someone have NIN, have BVN, why going through all this stress? Why can't this organization partner together? Let's have one identity number in this country, whereby once you click and you want to apply for a particular thing, it will be easier for you to do that.
Some people, especially in the northern part of this country, do not have NIM. They don't have bank accounts. And that is the reason why they have been kicking against electronic voting. They said they're not literate enough to do electronic voting. The North has always been a problem. I have no apologies. I have friends from the North. I have even in-laws from the North. But they have been a bane in the ability of this nation to grow itself. We shouldn't be talking. South Africa conducts election the same day. Results are declared in a few hours. South Africa. So we shouldn't be talking about all these things now. Even this registration we are talking about. INEC will say, we are going to register, you should go out there and register. But they fail to tell us how the numbers are going to, what plans they have on ground to accommodate those numbers. Like Prof. Rightly said, they continue to say, we need a supplementary budget, we need it. There are so many international agencies that are ready to support INEC to succeed in what they are doing. Those people, if you call on them, they will readily, come in to assist. But the Nigerian factor is still there. People are frustrated. The system is now seeing a situation where we are looking at the 75% that have always stayed away from voting since 1999. That 75% or more now want to come in and vote. INEC don't have the machines to register them. They say, well, I think they will continue to extend the time as long as it takes them to provide infrastructure to enable people to register and vote and possibly change the system. I've registered though. I'm compliant. This is my own PVC card.
Okay,
So
you have your own.
I
already.
have it.
Okay.
And I encourage every other person to do so. Because the problem we have hitherto is, one, low voter turnout. 16.3% in 2010 voted in Anambra here. Less than 20% produced the governor of Anambra. You cannot tell me that governor that they produced is really the choice of Anambra people. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there is need, absolute need for us to use our PVC to change the system. Because if you have 300 and something thousand people, voters, accredited to vote, you can induce them. But if you have 2.something million people, you won't find money anywhere to induce 2.something million people. So you might be able to induce 300 and something thousand people, but we have 700,000 who will override the inducement. So there is need for people to register. If it takes INEC forever, we will continue to press. Serap went to court this time. I'm believing that Urewa will go to court the next time. They must continue until we register everybody that is eligible.
Well, if we keep on telling INEC to extend the registration, there is a possibility that some of the people that get registered might not really get the PVC before the election, because they still need time to go and process and then produce the card and come back and share to people. And the process is not just what you can do in just 1 or 2 days. So
sometimes they have temporary voters card.
Yes.
Can you use that during the election?
Yes.
Prof, this technology, this thing can be produced in 1 day. See, I went to school in Georgia as a young man. When I got to Georgia, I needed a driving license. I went to get a driving license. The driving license then just looked like this. The same day I took the test, the same day they graded me, the same day I got the driving license. The technology is very cheap. If that technology was available 35 years ago that I'm talking about now, what makes it difficult for Nigeria to produce this thing the same day? Is it not, are we not really trying to demean or degrade ourselves? That we can't, produce the voter's card, or it takes us time, or no. There's no rocket science to do this. The technology is there. They just need to deploy it and do the right thing.
No, the truth there is that Nigeria is a system that has never encouraged people to participate in election. Before now, Nigerians are very apathetic
Yes.
when it comes to elections because it looks like an exclusive club of few. And they become nonchalant about it. But with the current happenings, the insecurity, the lack of job, the lack of power, the high inflation, the lack of food, everybody is now saying, oh, whatever it will take, we must change this system.
Yes.
Because the power is not in our hands.
Yeah.
And we must commend the National Assembly for that 2020 electoral whereby technology has been liberalized to be part of the process. We know Nigeria is a multi-ethnic, multicultural, a lot of interest group trying to suppress one or two other interest groups. But gradually, with this awakening, gradually we get there. But there's one trend which I saw on social media yesterday, which I think INEC should try to tackle. A trend whereby in a particular area, people are registering, and the people, some persons or group of persons or people with different affiliations feel threatened by a number of people coming out to register in that area and trying to mobilize to attack those people. I think INEC should take serious interest to apprehend such a situation, so that they don't discourage people, don't go out to register and they're attacked, or you discourage people from going to register. If it means changing location or beefing up security around that area,
yes.
Everybody that wants to register should be encouraged to register freely without any fear at all. So I know they must have seen the video I'm talking about, and they should do everything possible. This thing happened in Abuja. It happened in Abuja, I think, in Lubo area. So they should not allow that to happen, because Nigerian youth in particular want to take this country to themselves.
It actually happened in Lagos too, before the Lube owned.
Yes.
So that INEC should focus their attention there and ensure that there's security for those coming out to vote. But also Nigerians should also rise up, because we nobody advocates for violence, but sometimes you balance terror with terror.
But you know, won't it be too much on their plates now, because they are battling to see how they can register people? They will still be battling on how to provide the security. I think
it's part of the logistics of registration. When you want to plan for registration, you plan for everything. The community people there there could be advocacy visits to community leaders, because people control people. You can back on advocacy, confidence building, so that even the community can provide security for what is going on there. It's doable. It's just whether the INEC has the will to do that. Are they trying to play in line with, because you have a situation whereby once you are seen to be a big man, a big woman in quote, you detect what happens. That thing must change, and that is the process we are in now. Yes. It has to change. This country belongs to all of us. So Ojukwu said it, yes, that this country is for all of us. So if it's for all of us must play a role to get it to where it should be.
Okay. We want to get opinions of people outside the studio on how we can leverage on this new extension of INEC for the registration of voters' cards, to see how a lot of people get registered, and then how we can surmount some of the challenges that people face when they go out there to get registered. All right, let's see what they have to say.
Previously, the cause of the low outcome in the registration of the voters card is because of the negligence by the government, and the people were like, my vote does not count. That is why. But currently, I think the youth have reason to vote their conscience. But as things are going, a lot of hindrances are going on at the voters center, voters registration centers, which is poor machines for the enrollment, and the government should do as much as they could to enhance enough number of machines to go on with the people that wants to register, because a lot of people are now out to register.
People are tired of disappointment. The cause of the low turnout is caused by, if I will say, it's caused by the government. Because if the government are taking it serious, they will bring the effective working materials. Because it's not when people will abandon their duty, abandon their whatever they are doing for their self earning, and vote out time to go and make the registration, they will be disappointed. They will go there and stay from morning to night, and people will crowd there, and you can see that the whole day the people that will be registered there may be very few. About maybe 100 people that will go there, about 10 people or even 4 people will be registered for the whole day. It's a disappointment.
People will be there waiting for them to be attended to, but you not see anybody to attend to them. They will delay them. So because of that, it's got people frustrated to the extent whereby they don't want to turn out and go and register.
You're welcome back to the show. Just like people are saying that the youth, everyone, they are out this time around. You called it revolution, right? Yes. It's all about saying that we are tired of the bad leadership. We are tired of so many things happening in this country. So we want to actually cast our vote and make sure that we vote our conscience, and someone that will feel that will represent us properly and also know how to change the situation of things in this country. That's the basic thing, and I know that's the aspiration of everyone coming out to vote.
A better Nigeria.
A better Nigeria, that's the word.
Because from independence, Nigeria have never produced one single person prepared for leadership. Balewa was sent to Lagos as Prime Minister by his political party leader,
Ahmadu
Bello. So he was a surrogate. Shagari wanted to be a senator. You know, they railroaded him. I saw an interview where he said, I wanted to be a senator, but some people now approached me that I should be president. In other words, against my Thomas. And he was not prepared. Even Maita Masule was not prepared. Maita Masule didn't have any, he had limited education. Maita Masule was the first minister of power in this nation. What we are suffering today is a result of the incapacity of Maita Masule, because there was no foundation laid for power. That's why we are still hanging around 4,000, 2,000, 2,080 megawatts. Every year we are telling the same story. So Nigerians want somebody who is prepared now. Nigeria wants somebody who have ideas on how to turn this place around. Nigeria wants somebody who can use what we have within to save ourselves. You see, some ministers, 3 Prado, 4 Prado, 5 Hilux, you know, for what? Go to other countries. A minister is just like us.
He drives his car.
He drives his car. Goes to work like a normal person. A minister is not is not more important than the chief medical director of the teaching hospital here. You know, so why would a minister now be living so big and opulent? All the resources that he needs to run the ministry is using it to do his own personal overhead cost and the overhead cost of other people around him. So those are the things that people want to, that the youth, they are out now, say, no, this must stop. Do you understand me? And we thank God we have somebody we are looking at.
Okay. No, we are not campaigning for anybody.
We are not campaigning. We
are just saying that it is important.
Leverage for people to now exercise.
We are just talking about the PVC, because we are not trying to tell anybody to vote any particular candidate, just whoever that you want to vote for. But the important thing is that you get registered and get your PVC. And there was this video I saw on the social media that should be last week or last 2 weeks. Reverend Reverend Father asking the people that came to church that if you don't have your voter card, you're not going to attend the mass.
Sure.
I saw it. It seems funny though, but I've seen some organizations saying that if you don't have your if you have your PVC, they're going to give you a raise in your salary. And that's, I think, some of these things. Then there is one lady that used to do giveaway on Facebook. He said, before you participate in my giveaway, you must show me your PVC. So the revolution is real. People are keen into that. But then again, there are some, we saw the thing that played out on the Ekiti election. There was massive vote buying there. And then again, should we think towards some people's opinion that some youths are actually getting this PVC or wanting to register so that they can have this bargaining power? I don't know, just Prof.
Yes,
over to you.
My big brother here said that it's because they have small numbers number of voters coming out to vote. That's why they can afford to use state fund to buy them.
Yes.
When you have maybe 1 million or 2 million Anambra states coming out, where will you get the resources?
To buy them.
Where will you get the resources? And I don't think that majority of the youths are ready to collect those 10,000 naira today. Because there's no job for them. The schools are not working. Lecturers on strike, youths are idle, primary schools are in shambles, hospitals are not working. So what are they living for? So if you can't collect that 10,000, you're probably killing yourself more. So I don't think they are going there just to have any power. The major reason they're going there is that they want to see a change. They want a country they can be very proud of. Look at what happened yesterday with our former deputy senate president. Because of health problem of a child, is in a mess now. But if they have built the health system of this country, that problem will not arise. So any small thing, the big man or the big woman runs out of the country to get education, to get health. So we are stupid people to be here now.
Yes.
So that is what we are seeing the youth coming out to say, no, it must stop. And anybody that blocks it will put in his life on it. That is where they are going. You must play by the rules. Even if INEC does not play by the rules, they will start with them. So the best thing is to do, play by the rules. Let them see that you are doing your best, you are transparent, you are giving service. It's not a question of trying to favor some people and not favor some people. No, the youths are out to take back their country. And every right-thinking person in this country should give them all the support. Because the same people have been in power for more than 50 years. I'm 50 years this year. And one name, I keep on hearing the same name for the past 30 or 40 years. But if you go to America or UK or France or even South Africa here, the names are changing, which means new ideas are coming in. It's not about packing money and buying people over. You have ambition to be president. Must you be president? You will be president when people say you want to be president. Because leadership is about sacrificial service. Go to good countries, you see that their leaders are actually suffering. It's only in Nigeria to become a leader, you become comfortable. A good leader suffers. That's why they say, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. It's not what you have in Nigeria. Because that leadership comes with a lot of troubles. Because you are thinking of solving problems of masses of the masses. So the youths are ready, and we are giving them support.
Okay, just to let you know that you can actually be part of the discussion this morning. The number for you to call is already displayed in front of your TV set. If you have any contribution towards what we are discussing this morning, you're free to call us on the number in front of your TV set this morning. All right, coming back to you, Chief. We are talking about how we can make use of this INEC's new extension. Now, how are we going to leverage or maximize this particular extension by INEC, especially people that are already tired? Because I know that there are people that have visited INEC office over and over again, and if you ask them, they'll be like, I'm tired of going there. I'll go there. Sometimes you stand under the sun. Sometimes the rain will come and it will beat you and nobody cares. They might not even provide shelter for you where you can sit down and all that. So some people are saying that they are tired of this. Now, with this extension, how do we, get or plead with their conscience to still go back and do the needful?
Well, every change does not come easy. It comes with some effort for you to make a change. I urge perseverance. I urge consistency. I urge them to endure the sun, endure whatever is placed before them, so that we can be able to get to where we are going. If they get frustrated out of the system, we will go back. We are looking at a new Nigeria. We want to create a new Nigeria. We want to leave the old Nigeria, where a few people will amass money and then use that money to buy power. So
just imagine this crowd turn out there.
Yes, I urge them to be patient, to persevere, because if they are not patient, if they don't persevere, the effort will be wasted. There will be concerted effort by certain people, certain forces, to frustrate them from not achieving what they want to achieve. So they must go the extra mile. And that extra mile is what will bring the change that we are all looking up to. Without going the extra mile, we can't get there. Because we already know that INEC don't have enough capacity built to take this number of people at the same time. They never envisage that, on a given day, 10, 15, 20,000 people will come to register. They never planned that. Now they are faced with that while they are trying to reorganize and, up their infrastructure. I urge that people should be patient and persistent until they get their voter
Hello, good
card.
morning.
Good morning.
What's your name and your location?
My name is Andrew. I'm calling from Anambra State.
Andrew, all right, go ahead.
Yeah, I come from Anambra State. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to thank student in your studio.
Okay.
Yeah, we are really talking sense. I'm from Anambra State, preferably Okano. I live in Anambra State. And what they are actually saying is exactly what we want from you, because I'm crossing up 60 this year. So, congratulations to all of you.
Thank you. And I hope you have your own PVC.
I have my PVC, and I do come to every vote that matters. I do come to and vote.
Okay, so you're coming home next year for that?
Yeah, I'm from Ebenezer.
Okay, so I will see you at Ebenezer next year.
If you are around and see me, I'm working with people here. Well, I'm enjoying the program. I follow you up. And the two gentlemen are on just talking sense.
All right.
Saying what I want them to say. Then I wish our youth will listen to what they are saying, because they are saying exactly my mind. Thank you, and God bless you all.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling. Okay, we're just trying to round up the show. Just like the barrister said, Barrister Festus, he made some point when he was addressing the crowd there. He said something about people that probably lost their card and they will come to re-register again, or probably the people that their owner already defaced. And instead of them to come and state the reason why they are going ahead to register again, thereby creating more problem for our next time. So how do we advise them? Because we all want to get our PVC at the end of the day, and we don't want a process whereby some people will come and go back and being disenfranchised because they couldn't register. So what's your advice to people on how to go about this?
Yes, before I give the advice, I want to add to what my friend here said.
Okay, let's know he's here first. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
All right, tell us your name and your location.
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Evangeline. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Go ahead, Evangeline.
My name is Evangeline. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
We've heard that. Go ahead.
Okay. I really love the discussion so far, and what's my contribution is that, because, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. Just reduce the volume on your TV set.
Yes.
Evangeline, are you there?
Okay.
All right, I think you need to change your location and call us back. But when you want to call us, please reduce the volume on your radio set so that we can hear you properly. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Your name and your location, please. Okay, Prof, please go ahead.
Yeah, as I was about saying, change has a price.
Okay.
To move from bad to good has a price. And I don't think Nigerians, particularly Nigerian youths, are not ready to pay the price. What INEC should do, because they didn't expect this upsurge, is to innovate. They need to innovate, and they try to arrest the situation, apprehend the situation for their own good. That's what they should do. I urge the youth and those promoting this consciousness to continue encouraging Nigerians wherever they are. Whatever they will do that will not go against the law to ensure that people have their PVCs, they should do that. Have it first. When the time comes, they will decide who to cast their vote for. So all stakeholders that have been working hard, because this is the only way to make a change. If you don't make peaceful change possible, you're only giving room to violent change. That's right. That's Frantz Fanon some years ago before he was murdered by the white. So government and agencies of government should ensure that this peaceful change Nigerian youths are yearning for does not go into violent change, because that is the only alternative to this. So INEC should do their own and ensure that they provide these facilities and partner with anybody that can support them to do that. That is all I will tell them.
Okay, and the youth?
The youth should be patient and continue what they're pushing.
All right.
Because this country belongs to them. Somebody is 40, 50 years, doesn't have a job. He has something he can...
All right, our final call. Good morning. What's your name and your location?
Thank you so much. I'm calling from Kaduna.
Okay, go ahead quickly.
I thank the again at the stadium this morning. I love them. They are my big daddy, especially the prof. He's speaking my mind.
All right.
The area I want to hit is that this area of registration, the registration of people, especially in the north here now. When you now see, you now look at all those areas where there is a lot of crisis. You see, the INEC now will carry those registration machines go to that place. And you see where people are living. You will not see anything there. They carry a few people and put there. Which kind of Nigeria we are fighting for? You see, that is the problem we are having. When you come to some of their leagues, you will see they will gather machine in their houses, their registration people there. Now who is the security agency to go there and arrest them?
Okay.
We cannot play politics with the bitterness. This is a time that the youth are already come out to take their destiny in their hands. And again, I think ask this question. The INEC is ready to hold the election in this country. I don't think INEC is prepared. If they prepare to hold the election, they know what to do to register everybody. Nigeria cannot be going out to spend the 5 minutes without no register. How many hours it will take you to go to bank and see if transactions are come out? So it's a question that we should ask ourselves. So this INEC are not prepared. They are not doing all this preparation strategy to make sure that they people don't register, and they, at the end of the day, they put whoever they want to put, they don't give.
All right.
For them, the youth will come out. By the grace of God, we are going to take our destiny in our hand. We are not going to come out.
All right. Thank you so much.
God bless you.
God bless you too. Boils down to what Prof just said, that if we don't have a peaceful change, the youth will not make it for violence. Okay, but then again,
It's inevitable.
then again, I think the INEC, they are actually listening, because he made a point of people carrying the machines to their home and registering people there.
It happens.
I also plead with INEC to do the needful and fish out those people that are doing that.
But it's a collaboration. They know what they're doing.
Yes.
Okay, I wouldn't know that. But
some
then
of the
again,
people doing it, they are bigger than the law.
then again, if they don't
so
know
if you
about
have the
it,
Jagaban with
if they don't know about it, the important
Yes,
thing is for them to do the
not
right
done.
thing. and bring out the machines and put it in a place where people will come and get registered. We want to say a very big thank you to you for joining us today on the show, Professor Dennis Aribodo. Thank you so much for joining us this day.
Thank you, and permit me to use the opportunity to greet my friend Shido Odimewu, your new MD, and wish him well in his new position. I know that he will transform this place from where my friend what has stopped. But let me say it publicly that I want this ABS to go to DSTV, or what we should go there.
Right.
So let it be on his agenda. I will tell him personally when I see him also.
Okay, we also
I
want
think
to...
Prof spoke my view too.
Okay.
So
All right.
we stand on that.
Thank you so much, Chief Anthony, for joining us. It
My
seems
pleasure.
it's only your friends that are being the MD of ABS. Okay, okay, we're all friends. Well, on that note, I want to say a very big thank you to you for joining us on the show this morning. My name is Chidimma Orangwa. It's TGIF. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.